What in the smokes is going on there? Well, as it turns out, they've just all had opportunities here to be bad at the same time. The Rangers are 2-9 in their last 11 games. And there's nothing you like better than when you make trade deadline buys and all of a sudden you start stinking. It just feels awesome to the front office. When you think you're rolling, you walk into that clubhouse on July 31st and you say, boys, I got your back. Look at the talent we brought in. Hello, Merrick Kelly. Get ready to shove. And then all of a sudden the team can't win a game. Can't win a game. The Mariners were the hit of the trade deadline. Give me Suarez or give me death. Oh, we'll give you Suarez and we'll give you Naylor. That's not good enough. We'll keep going. Oh, God, he can't hit. Mariners are 1-5 in their last 6 games. They got crushed by Philly last night. And the reward for getting crushed by Philly, which always makes me smile, the reward is that you get to face Christopher Sanchez today, who, by all rights, has an opportunity if Paul Skeens disappears in some sort of magic act to win a Cy Young. But meanwhile, it's not like the Astros are any better. They've been shut out 3 of their past 4 games. Do you know that they haven't been shut out 3 times in a 4-game span in 20 years? We're talking about Jeff Lunau's dynasty. We're talking about the greatest dynasty in the history of sports, better than the Yankees dynasty. I mean, now I'm trying to imitate Jeff Lunau. How am I doing? Our dynasty, we're the only dynasty. We're the greatest dynasty of all time. I'm the architect of the greatest team who ever laced them up. Okay, thank you, Jeff. Meanwhile, when you lose to the Orioles 7-0 and 12-0 and then to the Tigers 10-0, you say to yourself, I wonder why we're not scoring. Where the heck is Kyle Tucker? Where is Alvarez? Where is Bregman? I don't recognize any of these people. Where's Paredes? At least I thought I'd have him back. Now, it's true. When you're 2-4 in your past 6 games and you've been outscored 52-6, it may cause the team to panic. But not the Astros. If I know Joe Espada like you know Joe Espada, and I know Joe Espada, there is one thing the manager of the Astros doesn't do. He'll do a lot of stuff, believe me. There's one thing he doesn't do, panic. That guy is a flatliner. Do you know what a flatliner means? That means you don't get too high, you don't get too low, you're just steady Eddie. Hey, how you feeling today? About a 6. Well, I thought you'd be better than that. No, I'm about a 6. Worst day ever. How you feeling today? I'm about a 6. What? It's the worst day ever. Yeah, I'm about a 6. Steady. That's Joey Espada. The Astros needn't worry. As a matter of fact, as I think about it, Coca, the entire AL West, while it's true that they have to face some of the best pitchers today, that's true. Scuba's going for Detroit. Astros could get shut out again. It's possible. Sanchez for the Phillies could beat the Mariners, could shut him out. He's a number 1 starter, for sure. Not an ace, but a number 1. And without Wheeler, maybe. By the way, Wheeler got that clot surgery we talked about yesterday. He's out. That wait to see is going to be the case. What a devastating loss for Philly. Moves up Suarez and Sanchez up the rotation for sure. How about Merrick Kelly going for Texas? You got to get a win for Texas today. How does Texas not beat the Royals? Except for the fact, if you look at the standings, it turns out the Royals are not playing too shabby. Wait a minute. They're ahead of the Rangers. It's almost a must win, I think, for Texas, isn't it? They were basically 60-55 rolling at the deadline, right after the deadline. And all of a sudden, it's been a 2-9 since then. It's horrific. I guess my point is that divisions are interesting. If you can go on a 2-9 streak and still be able to sniff playoffs, you got to feel pretty fortunate because you got to expect there's going to be a 9-2 streak forthcoming. You get back to par after 22 games, and then you start again. There's enough time in the season, but time is running out. What you should be looking for when you are rooting for your team or thinking about your team as we head into the later part of August and September is that any sort of sustained losing streak, if there are fewer and fewer games left to turn it around and find that winning streak to get back to par, to eliminate the remnants of that losing streak, then all of a sudden your team's in trouble. But right now, the reason why I say we're on the early side of late is that there's plenty of time for any of these teams in the West. Well, only the Astros, Mariners, and Rangers. We're not talking about Anaheim, and we're just not. We're not talking about the Aths either. Just Astros, Mariners, Rangers. There is time for any of those three teams to break out. Still, it's sort of running out, though, but not yet. Meanwhile, the expectation over in the American League is when me thinking that the American League West would have such a great presence. The fact is the Yankees Red Sox have turned it. They're now tied for the top wild card spot, the Yankees and Red Sox. They're tied with the Mariners. Wait a minute. If three teams are tied at the top of the wild card standings, that means they're all playoff teams. Now you're just talking about positioning. How are my Rangers going to get into the playoffs and make my prediction of the Yankees missing the playoffs? How's that going to work? Well, that means the Rangers have to catch the Royals, and then they have to catch either the Mariners or the Yankees, really the Yankees. I wonder if the Yankees have a tough schedule coming up. Let me look. 4 games against the Red Sox this weekend. Yeah. That's a big series. You may be saying to yourself, why is that big? Both teams are tied for the wild card. That's fine. If the Yankees lose 4 in a row, they'll just be 4 games behind the Red Sox. But is someone going to catch them given the fact they've got a 3.5 game lead over the Guardians and the Royals? The only way to lose 4 games in the standings when you've lost 4 games in a row is for the team you're playing to be the team that was chasing you, or for the team that is chasing you to actually win 4 games also against a different opponent. Is it possible the Guardians or Royals will go on a 4-game win streak? Not likely, but the Rangers? Wait a minute. Yankees Red Sox used to be a thing. Coca, I'm reminiscing about Yankees Red Sox just because during 18 years of my life, that's all I would ever hear about. Yankees Red Sox, Sunday Night Baseball, Red Sox Yankees, Yankees Red Sox, Saturday afternoon, Yankees Red Sox. This is the biggest rivalry in sports until I went to a Liverpool Manchester game. United, not City. Biggest rivalry in sports. Give me a break. But it's still a good set of games.